Welcome to our latest edition of Have a Beer with Ben and Kev, and we're happy to be coming to you from the Battery. Not only the Battery, we're coming to you from right outside Baseballism. They're our brand new sponsor, and they bring you Have a Beer with Ben and Kevin. In a little bit, Kevin, we're going to be going inside. We'll have an opportunity to showcase the brand new floor here at Baseballism, a definite must-stop if you're coming out to the ballpark. And we'll also talk about the new ballpark itself. So everything is brand new. For fans, it's a brand new experience. For us, it's a brand new experience.
Yeah, and Baseballism, if you're not familiar with the brand, I mean, you've got to stop in the store here on the Battery, about a block away from the ballpark. Just great stuff. If you're a baseball fan, if you're an Atlanta fan, they've got it you all covered, especially exclusive stuff you can only buy right here at the store in Atlanta. So next time you come to a game, make sure you check out Baseballism, and we'll give you a tour of the inside. This place is phenomenal.
With that, let's go inside. So here we are inside Baseballism, and the first thing we wanted to show you was the Flagman logo. And this is such a well thought out logo. This is the centerpiece for the store, Babe Ruth holding the American flag. This logo is on most of the attire here. It's on Kevin and my shirt, and we'll be wearing their shirts every time we broadcast these videos. But this is where we will be broadcasting from, and this is one block down from the ballpark, really. Just across, right across the street from where we just were, and diagonally is the gate to the ballpark. So we're right here, and as we walk around the store, Kevin, looking around, very clever stuff. This stuff really sells itself. I'm a huge fan of this stuff, have been since day one.
I am too, and I'll tell you, my wife is as well. We came in here over the course of the weekend, and they've got men's, they've got women's, they've got kids stuff, and again, such cool stuff that you can only get right here in Atlanta. Win the Battle t-shirts. They've got the peach hats. We'll show you all that stuff later on, but this is exclusive for right here at the Battery Atlanta. So as Ben mentioned, we're right down the street from SunTrust Park. This place is phenomenal. You've got to get here and check out all their stuff. Very creative. Some of the stuff that when you look at the t-shirts, you kind of have to think a little bit, try to figure out what some of this stuff means. But
a little bit of a riddle.
A little bit of a riddle, yeah, that's right. But come in here, check it out, and you will not be disappointed.
So this is where we're having our show, and I think it's time now to quench our thirst and talk some baseball.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's do it.
So like I mentioned, Baseballism is open now, but the official grand opening will take place on May 6th. Why is that important? Because the first 200 people in the store with your purchase get a peach cap. It's going to be a version of this cap, but in light blue. So you definitely want to get your hands on that. Line will be out the door. Get here early. That's May 6th, the grand opening here at Baseballism. So this is where we'll be videoing pretty much weekly right here at Baseballism. You definitely want to come check them out. They open up at 10 o'clock in the morning and stay open till a little bit around and after the ball game. So you got plenty of time. Come on over to the Battery, visit these guys, get yourself some gear, and then go hang out in the Battery. So here on this first episode, Kevin, we want to talk about not only the store, but the Battery itself, because everything is brand new to the fans, brand new to us. And just your initial impressions on the ballpark, the Battery, everything as a whole.
Well, I'll tell you like this. I brought my wife and 2-year-old son to the game on Easter Sunday. We spent an hour and a half just walking around the Battery, and I said, this is pretty cool. I said, but you haven't even been inside the ballpark yet. I mean, this is a totally new experience that fans here in Atlanta, you've never seen anything like this before. There's places to eat, places to get a beer, places to buy really cool, unique merchandise. This place has it all, and there's going to be more venues coming online as this thing continues to progress. So for me personally, as one with a wife and a child, we had a blast outside, and that was before we even got a chance to watch the first pitch. So this facility around here is just unbelievable. I love everything about it. What about you?
Well, we're in a day and age now where you can't just sell baseball anymore. It's great to go to the game, it's great to see the team, but you have to sell an experience, and I think that's what the Battery has knocked out of the park. You can come over here, let's say it's a Saturday, let's say we play at 7 o'clock that night. Saturday game, roll over here noon, hang out, go to the Yard House, go to Live, go to Antico, whatever restaurant you want, have lunch, mosey around the area, come to Baseballism, come to some of these other stores and do some of these other interactive things that will be taking place around the Battery. You have an opportunity to have a pregame right next door, right outside the gates if you want. Have a couple of cold beverages with friends, and then go into the ballpark. Get in there in time for BP, watch the game. Game takes place, game ends, spill right back out into where you were. There's late night nightlife that takes place. Right here at the Battery, there's live music that's going on. These places are all open. And to me, that's the biggest game changer with the Battery altogether. For the last 6 years, this is my 7th season with the Braves, I'm here later than anybody.
Yes,
I'm
you
on
are.
the air an hour and 45 minutes after the last pitch.
Right.
So over the course of the last 6 years, I'm leaving the ballpark, and the only sounds made were the guys cleaning out the stadium, the hum of the lights, and maybe a random hello or goodbye to a security officer who might be there overnight. This is an atmosphere.
There's no doubt.
And you can come in and out. It's great to just hang out here in the area. There have been plenty of times through the first 4 games of this year where I've come out and I said, you know what? I'm not ready to go home yet.
You?
It's only midnight.
Really?
Everything's going live. It's popping right now. I'm going to go shoot in there.
Yeah.
And I've done that.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. So this gives you the ability to do as much or as little as you want. If you just want to come to the game, just come to the game. We'll catch you next time. If you want to make a whole day out of it, that's fine. Even if the team isn't here, what a great place to go watch baseball while the team is on the road, or even football during the off season. The Battery has everything, and to me, that's the point. You're getting an experience year-round, game, no game, still a great place to come.
Did you ride the bull yet?
I've not, but I would imagine that'll be coming soon.
I'll tell you what, we will do one of these episodes where Ben goes over and rides the bull. I think another thing on our list is riding the zip line. I don't know about you, but that zip line inside the ballpark looks pretty tempting.
Well, the last time I was on a mechanical bull was spring break when I was in college.
That's a whole nother story.
Fuzzy
for another
memories
show.
there. Fuzzy, you don't forget being on a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are all sorts of things you can do. Yeah, we probably will shoot over to the zip line at some point.
Yeah.
But today we wanted to showcase the store and talk about some of our favorite things about the ballpark itself. Quickly, while we still have a few minutes, top 2 or 3 things about the ballpark that you really enjoy that you'd like for fans to pay attention to.
Well, I think first and foremost is the sight lines. When you come into this ballpark, whether you're in the front row in the lower level or whether you're in the top row in the upper deck, you're right on top of the action. And I think that's what makes this place really cool, is that the higher you go, you're still right there on top of the action. I talked to Chipper about this on opening night, and I said, as a player, what is that feeling like knowing those fans are right on top of you? And he said, there's nothing like it. The adrenaline, the rush that you get from knowing that these guys are right there and you can really feed off their energy. That to me has really stood out. So I think the sight lines in this place are phenomenal. Monument Garden is another spot that fans get here early, take a walk on the lower concourse right behind home plate. The Braves have done a phenomenal job of not only paying tribute to their history here in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but going back to Boston as well, embracing the entire, 140-year tradition of
Right.
Braves baseball. So it goes back all the way to Boston. That, to me, are the 2 things that stood out right off the bat.
I agree with it because you're embracing moments in the game that took place within 6 years after the Civil War coming to an end. That's how far this franchise stretches back. They've got a pennant on one of the light standards reading 1871. That's how far back they're celebrating the history of this franchise. So the game itself, I love. The history of the game, I love even more. And I think this stadium does a great job embracing all of that and encapsulating it in a ballpark. So to me, that's my favorite thing, is the history of it all. I think that the Chop House visually looks awesome,
It does.
right on top of the brick wall.
Yep.
The way that plays out. I love the way the ball flies out of the ballpark. We've seen 4 games here. I think there have been 11 home runs in the first 4 games.
Yep.
So this place, I'm not going to say it's a launching pad yet, but man, the ball is flying out of the ballpark. And it's a pretty ballpark to watch baseball in. That
Yep.
might sound really weird, but there's nothing generic about this ballpark in my mind. The way that it lays out is very pleasing, and I love just watching the game with this backdrop that we have here at the ballpark. So I'm a big fan of it. I know you are too. We would encourage you not just to come on down to the ballpark, come on into Baseballism. This stuff is outstanding. We're big fans of this stuff. The first time I saw Baseballism was in 2014 in Cooperstown, and I saw their store there when we went up to cover the Hall of Fame inductions. And the first time I walked by the window, I saw the 643 double play t-shirt, and I was sold. I was like, that's a really neat idea. These guys are on to really something clever here. And I was sold from that moment on. So this stuff sells itself. I know you'll really enjoy getting in here, and you'll enjoy walking around the Battery itself. And of course, we'll see you inside the ballpark. So make sure you stay tuned for more of our videos. We'll be coming to you from right here at Baseballism. We hope to see you next time here in the store. Till then, for Kevin, I'm Ben. Thanks for joining us.